a new road from the grind. The Ready Rocks rebuild, it's time to shine. I'm molding the past into tomorrow's goal. Crafting dreams, watch the story unfold. With every story, a phoenix ignites. The Ready Rocks rebuild, reclaiming my life.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to part 11 of the Ready Rocks Rebuild July 2025 series. Welcome if you are new here, subscribe to the channel. Everybody else, so glad to see you. If you need to catch up on any of these parts, please, when you get time, go to the playlist and it's titled The Ready Rocks Rebuild. Again, this is part 11, and it's titled How I Found the Strength to Start Over at 59. I'll keep saying 59 because I'll be 59 in September, which is only a couple of months away. So I'm closer to 59 than I am 58. So that's why I say 59. God willing, September 11, I'll be celebrating with all of you guys, and we're going to have a good time. And have you ever felt like life just knocked you down, like so hard, so low, that you didn't even think of fathom of how you gonna get back up? Like, not even just to getting knocked down and having to restart over financially, but stuck, like it don't seem real. You feel like you just not a part of the world no more. Like everything got you jittery and you nervous and you don't want to go outside and you don't want to answer the phone whenever the phone rings or the bells might knock on the door. You jumping, you nervous. You just don't feel like this is real life for you. I'm talking about that type of knockdown in life. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about no relationship stuff. I'm talking about, and those get hit hard, but we've been there too. A lot of us understand that. I understand it. Even though I look at it totally different now, but I remember what that pain felt like too. But I'm talking about, think about it, y'all. I don't care who you are. Think about that time. If it has ever happened to you, you felt like life knocked you down so hard, you know you was going to get back up. But I know exactly how that feels. About to be 59, raising 5 grandkids and rebuilding my life from scratch after everything I've been through. I'm still standing, and you can too. Okay, this is our story. I'm not the only one. This is for anybody facing this, or anybody you may know that may be facing this. This is for them too. So share this story with them. Share the series. Share the playlist. I thought my life was set when I first got married. Even though I got married in my 40s, my early 40s, I think I was 42, 43. I thought it was set. I think because the relationship was the type of relationship that it only felt right to get married, you know? So I thought it was set, but it wasn't. It lasted almost 7 years. And that was really, excuse me, that was one of those things where by the time it really ended, I felt like it was over. You know, there had been separations, short separations. I'm talking about maybe 3 weeks, couple of months. The last one was like almost 6 months. I say about 4 to 6 months. And so by the time we got back together, it felt so surreal that I wasn't taking the chance on like really taking it seriously. Like I'm really going to be able to so by the time that last separation, it was so long, and it's never been that long. It felt like it was like really real. Like, okay, this is it. He ain't coming back. We ain't talking about it like that. So this may be it, but he came back. So by the time he left, for real, I mean like left, left out of the part of the state that I was in, I was like, okay, this is really it. And I'm okay. But I didn't know I was going to be okay. I didn't know that I was okay until uh, the holidays. So, because during the time he left, it was a couple of days before the holidays kicked in and family was around. So it was hard for me to know how I was feeling. I thought that was a temporary, okay, I'm good feeling. I got my daughters here with me, Pasha and Essence. I got my grandkids. I'm doing stuff, I'm cooking. I'm working out. I've been working out for months and months. I mean, I was feeling good, so I was waiting to crash out because I knew everybody was going home. I was going to be here to face my life, how I am now without this husband. He's gone. We didn't talk about divorce, but I knew in my heart it was over, you know? So everybody went home. Everybody went back to their regular scheduled program. And I'm sitting there and I'm still feeling okay. I'm waiting on the tears to hit me. I'm waiting on it to break down and happen. I'm waiting on me to be drinking and sipping and thinking and music playing and just crash out. But I never did. So fast forward 3 months. I'm feeling like I'm healed. I'm ready to move on. And this is real. And I thought about Anthony Brock. That name popped in my head. It's like a voice that said Anthony Brock. Like, why am I thinking about him? I haven't heard that name, thought about that man, seen that man since the 90s. I'm like, I want to see on Facebook. So I thought I'm going to look him up, but I was drinking and I forgot. So the next day, I'm sitting there again and I thought, Anthony Brock, it came in my head again. I said, now you're supposed to look him up to see if he was on Facebook yesterday. You already thought about it. And you know, when you're sitting there doing something, you all involved and you chilling, and you say it to yourself and you plan on doing it maybe that night, later that day, the next morning. But I knew, I was like, I'm going to forget. So I did it right then and there. I looked him up and I found it. Fast forward, we connected from a reconnection from the 90s when everything was good. And I'm thinking this is a sign from God that, yeah, it's supposed to be over. It was just a season for you to be married to this first man, you know. And there was a reason for him to be in your life. That was not a bad thing. That first marriage was not a bad thing. Everybody's for a season and a reason. So I took it as that. You know what I mean? And to remember a time when I was with Anthony Brock and to reconnect with him and remember all those good memories that was there. But at the end of the day, it wasn't what I thought it was. I thought it was of God. You know, I thought me thinking of his name and reconnecting with him and us moving forward and me reconnecting and moving back towards my hometown, I thought that was from God. But when I think about it, maybe it was from God. But not for the reasons I thought. Maybe it was from God, but not for me to marry him or to work out. And if I had to be married or reconnect with this person and move in and feel like he's the one, then so be it, because it was a bigger picture. For me to reconnect with my mom. Now, we was always talking. We never fell out. But when you live in a whole other part of the state and you like almost 3 hours away from your mother who's getting older and older, and you talk maybe once a week, something like that, 2 times a week, it's not the same as being there. She's getting older. So I thought that was like, wow, yes, this is meant to be. My daughter, she's going to get a new start with her 5 kids, away from this place where people dogging her out, calling her liars, not being her friend, making her feel worthless, making her depressed. Oh, it was horrible. So I felt like this is it. Start of my life. A new life. This is from God. This is meant to be. You know, stepping into a whole new world. You know, that I thought I was ready for. But then when it got down to it, we had moved in with a beast. I had connected and planned on marrying this man based off the fact that how we got along so well back in the day. And I figured it could only be up from here. We were children then, so to speak. He was, 24, something like that. And I was 4 years older than him. And even though we never fell out, I had no bad disagreements or anything negative. We wasn't around each other like that. It was all fun, and it was a good time. Fun. It was how could I say? It felt like had we had to move to the next level, it would have been meant to be. But since I was involved with somebody else, and I was honest enough to say that, and I wasn't gonna move forward, so I felt like now is the time because that's what it should have been. If you was able to do it then, if you was willing to leave that other guy alone, this would have been your husband then. That's what I thought. I was telling myself. That's how I connected and read it. That's how I felt is what it was, but it wasn't. Now, some of the things I believe I was feeling, I just didn't know why I was really feeling it. I was on the right track, but it wasn't what I thought. Now, fast forward, 2017, we get married. I got married for reasons to protect a spot or put it like this. I wanted to secure a spot until we could do better financially to move. My grandkids can move with their mom to get a place. And if I wasn't able to work out that marriage, and then I would be with her. We would all be together. I would leave. But I got married to secure a spot. I didn't get married for love. I wasn't in love. I realized this person was a whole clown, a whole liar, a whole beast, a whole like entity. That's what I felt. But I felt like I had to sacrifice in order to secure it so he could stop trying to put us out. Because all he had to do, as long as we weren't married, is go serve me as if I was a tenant, because I'm not knowing how deep his evilness ran. All I know is what I see now. You calling the police, you calling us out our names, you're just like your face is turning, your voice is going from 0 to 1,000, pumping up and walking up on me. I don't know what's sure because I didn't know him in that light. I thought older meant better and wiser. I didn't see that in him when we was in the 90s, kicking it in our 20s. So I really wasn't expecting to see, but you never know how a person changed. These are not the same people. I'm not the same person. He wasn't the same person. I didn't count the cost of that. All I wanted to see is what I wanted to see. I wanted it to be real. I wanted to be able to believe that the first husband didn't work out because he wasn't supposed to be your husband. This was supposed to be your husband. Right? So fast forward, my daughter finally get her place. I got on the lease to help her pay the rent, all these things. Everything was working out well. So good, wonderful, She had a job. I had income, and the income I was giving to her to pay my part of the rent as if I was living there, even though I wasn't living there. Because now here I am living 3 blocks away from her. She's in a 2-bedroom townhouse with 3 bathrooms. Oh, the rent wasn't even $1,000. I gave her $500 every month. She was working. She was kicking the balls with her cousins and whoever else, not knowing of no serious boyfriend at the time because she recently just moved. It was right before Christmas. It was December the 6th. We had to pay $300 something. I want to say $375 to move in because they prorated the rent. I remember that. I helped her decorate. I ordered stuff because it was tax season. So when she got her check, she's like, "Mama, let me see what you're going to get." "Oh, yeah, I like that. Did you order that from Jordan?" It was a good, wonderful time. It was like life was really looking up. I know all the while, me and my mom kicking it. She coming over all the time. We go play slots together. We talk on the phone all the time. No, she getting older. She told me she had HIV. She revealed that to me. And I could tell she was scared. She told me we was outside before we went back in the house from coming from the store. And I'm looking at her like, "What do you expect me to say? You think I'm going to look at you funny? You think I'm going to be like, oh my God," and just cry or whatever. I've just been strong about so many things, even though it broke my heart to hear her say it. And I know she didn't deserve it. And I'm like, she said she had about 5 years. So that meant she had to probably catch in her late 60s. And I don't know who from. I didn't ask. I didn't want to ask. It wasn't this person or that person who I know her to be with. I just want her to know, that it was all good with me. And I'm not looking at you funny, and I'm sorry you're going through it, but she was okay with it. That's not what even took her out, because they got so much medicine for these things now, and different things could prolong the life allegedly, that I think that that wasn't part of the reason why she passed away 4 years later. Okay. Now, when I say life hit you hard, your mama old, she's getting sick, and then she revealed to you some other health issues, and you're there at the hospital, and time go by. You find this out about 2018, 2019. They come 2020. She just passed away. Whatever it was that she had, and what really sure was it going to take her out, or how bad it was. By the time they revealed to her, yeah, it's bad, she only had 3 weeks to go. She died right in front of me. That knocked me down, watching it, changing her pampers, talking to her, watching her. Can't sleep because I'm trying to watch her not die. She's going to go. But I was in denial and delusional and not understanding what hospice really meant. And it's different for everybody who may be on it. One person may last 6 months. Another person can live a day, 3 weeks, or whatever. Everybody's different. And I've seen her suffer so bad and go from talking a little bit to not talking at all to staring off. I even show her picture in one of these videos that I created to Just Yvonne's theme song for me. Shout out to Just Yvonne. Appreciate you, lady. Everything that you've done of all these versions of the song. And they ring so true to me. And if I feel like that song was made just for me for real, not just knowing about the circumstance and put some words together. No, I feel like that was made for me. So, fast forward, 7 months later, I lose my daughter. That's the knockdown. That's the knockdown when you don't know you're going to get back up. You don't know. I'm pretty much in a daze. I'm not eating, I'm not drinking, I'm not watching TV, I'm looking through it. I'm saying the bare minimum things to talk to the kids and my daughter, and it's like so surreal. And I'm angry and I'm confused and I'm mad. So there ain't no getting back, ain't no recovering from this. This ain't no this ain't no event. This ain't the time you broke your leg and you couldn't, play on the team. You couldn't dance in the shows for 6 months, for 3 months. This is something you'll never come back from. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You got the kids. That ain't nothing new. You been had them. But it's different that your daughter gone. They mama. Your ride or die. Y'all had plans to move. Y'all was even talking about moving to Puerto Rico. That's a knockdown. So, of course, I'm thinking if I coulda, woulda, shoulda. In between trying to figure out what happened, hearing different things from different family members about what happened and things that was going on I didn't know about, who she was seeing. Meanwhile, I still got to feed the kids, still got to get up and wash my ass, got to brush my teeth, I still got to take care of business. I couldn't even go do the funeral stuff. My cousin and my other daughter, did everything. I couldn't do it. I knew I wasn't going to be able to do it if anything ever happened to her before me. I can't do it. And I knew I couldn't do it. I didn't go until it was time for the funeral. I went for one thing because I had to go, but I didn't see the body. But when it was time to go take clothes and do different things, like make sure she got this type of makeup and this the wig you want to put on, I couldn't do that part. I didn't know how I was going to come back. Now I thought my life was over. I'm just going through life, going through the motions, doing the bare minimum everything. Okay, y'all get your school stuff out. Okay, we got to feed them. And my daughter was there, but it was so long after that I didn't really have to do a whole lot. Then when it came to cleaning, it fell by the wayside. You hear me? I had to get my niece over there with her cleaning business about 2 or 3 times, pay her $150 each time just to get the spring cleaning type, like, deep cleaning done. It just went to shit. It went to shit after my daughter passed away. I couldn't do nothing. And there's only so much that the kids could do. So yes, you can go in there and wash a dish or whatever, sweep the floor, but it wasn't gonna be done, right? Like my house is clean out, because I am a totally different mindset now. My strength is better. My health is better. My mindset is better. My thought process is better. I'm stronger than ever. And I refuse to give up. I refuse to die. I refuse to have life, but not have it abundantly. I'm a survivor of so many things on so many levels. I'm not giving up. And I have 5 reasons not to give up. So fast forward, maybe, like I said, 6 months after my daughter passed, I finally started to do TikTok. I started to scroll and do little duets and post pictures to sounds and little things that I already done. But I never got up in front of the camera for a long time. I would just post pictures. And then I finally did a couple of duets with some people, started feeling my way through this thing and being able to express myself, but I still felt alone. Nobody understood where I was coming from or wanted to hear the story, or was even being pushed out for anybody to see it, to resonate with it. The couple people that did, yeah, they said what they said and they heard the story, but it was only a few people and I still felt alone, you know. But it was a couple, and I shout out to them people. I can remember about 2 or 3 good people on TikTok that had some similar things going on like I did. And I was listening to their stories. They had losses as well. So I just continue to do it. I never stop. Continue to dance. I continue to post content. I continue to, and only person knew what I was talking about is me. And other than that, the Creator heaven and earth, he already know my heart. So, but it was like people couldn't get me. They wasn't understanding. And maybe when they did find out, oh, you lost your daughter, then they might put 2 and 2 together. But it wasn't like my content told you that I lost my daughter all the time. If you caught that video that said something about it, when I typed on the video, yeah, you gone, she lost her daughter. But if I'm just dancing, I'm just, my mindset thinking was just what I was thinking, based off of what I was dancing off of, but I didn't type nothing on the video. I was so busy mourning instead of being able to really present content, because that was a different time. 2021 was totally different than 2025, y'all. Now think back about it. Even 2020, I believe 2020 is the beginning of the change. But 2020, 2021, life was not the same. And now 2025, life still ain't the same, but it's so different. It's so different than when these things started taking place. 2020, I lost my nephew, my stepsister's son. I lost my good friend. All in 2020 in the same month. Then my mama later in 2020, June the 9th. Then my daughter 10 months later, April 20th, 2021, fentanyl overdose on the day that people smoke weed, April 20th. Okay? Imagine that. The day everybody say 420, right? That's the day she passed away, allegedly of overdose of fentanyl, which I don't believe that's the truth. I believe it was given to her and made for her to take. And some of y'all heard that story already. Okay, so I want to touch on that. Check it out in my story time. When I talk about my daughter passing away, I did that in different increments in a series too. So if you're interested, you can go check it out. I might have did it a couple of times. So one day I started feeling like this. I can't live like this. This is not life. It's not living. I mean, it was okay at first because the kids were little and it was, school was, it was homeschooled and school was getting ready to go back in and I didn't take it. It was something. I'm a little confused on that part, but the kids were younger and I didn't have to really worry about them thriving like that. I wasn't thinking about, what's life going to be like for them in 2 years, a year, 3 years, 4 years. I better start planning that. I wasn't thinking that far ahead. I didn't start really thinking like that until maybe last year. Like after she passed, since we already had started trying to, move and look for a place and thinking about moving to Puerto Rico and all these things. Of course, that was on my mind. Like, I need to still move out, but I don't know what. It was just too much. Like, who still thinks about, okay, I know I got to get out of here. And he's still a beast. I still don't like him. We still ain't getting along, but just because she passed away, of course, it's going to soften up. Of course, it's going to be nice because something bad, tragic happened. But that's, sooner or later in his eyes and mine, he don't think I'm gonna get back on board and start changing my ways and realize that this is where I do need to be at. And since she gone, y'all ain't got to go nowhere, as if she was the problem. So I knew that wasn't it. But I knew I had some time. I could buy some time with his mindset not being on, all the things we were arguing about and fighting about, not getting along about. That was no longer a priority thought process. It was like that was put back on the back burner. And then when I couldn't find no place due to me not having 3 times the rent, I put it back on the back burner and said, oh, it's something in my plan. It's on my to-do list. But right now, we're just going to go ahead and try to get along. Things seem cool. He ain't mess with me. He understands we're not together, Wasn't no fighting and stuff like that going on, A couple incidents, but not as of late. So I figure I got some time. I'll just, save a little money and be able to buy the kids this and get their stuff at homeschool for that and go take a vacation here and, you know what I mean? Buy their clothes and just pay up something on a little bill here and there. I can buy myself some time. I'll start saving soon. I'll start saving. And the next thing you know, they need something. I wanted something, blah, blah, blah. Then he got fired. So I had to pay bills. But then I had to get serious. And that's when I woke up and said, look, can't keep living like this because it's just a matter of time before you find out through the bank that the house is in foreclosure and you got someone on leave or the gas and the lights is off because he can't keep a job now and he gets so drunk and you don't want it to be a big fight and then your grandson have to jump in and somebody get hurt bad. Don't wait for that to happen. Morning coming for destruction. You can't live like this. It's not living. The kids are older now. They're not 3-4 years younger like they was. Now they already get out in this world. They have questions. They want to do things. Their skills and talents and their pains and their thought process and their tears and they need answers and they want to live and they want to have fun and they want to cry and they don't want to be here no more than you want to be here. So that's when I took it seriously, y'all. Started to take one day at a time, one prayer at a time. I started believing that even though I was broken, I wasn't done. That's when I started to, to really take it seriously and pushing the content. And I started trying to word things in a way to let you guys know that I needed your support and to help me, this grandmother of 5, to get her channel monetized so I can provide for them, so I can dream big and have, my bigger goals that I got can be reached, that I could supply their needs. I can buy them a home. That's the end goal, to be able to have enough money, a good at least $400,000 saved to buy a house. If I could even get to that status. If I could get to the status of $10,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? Even if it took another year or 2. I know it ain't gonna happen overnight. That's not the real world. But I just get frustrated when I don't see the growth. So you know what I'm saying? I see the growth. Oh, we sliding backwards now. And I'm not saying that I'm not expecting to go up and down, but I didn't count the cost of it going from that amount to all the way down like this. So I got a little frustrated. So with that being said, like I said before, you guys who have heard me say it, that I am going to keep going. I don't have no choice. I can't sit here and be in my feelings to where I'm like some big child having a tantrum that I can't express myself and still move on. I'm still going to talk my shit and say how I feel about it and ask you guys' opinion about it. And you always welcome to get in the comments whether I ask you a question or not. That's the whole point of you watching the video. That's the whole point of you coming to the live stream. That's the whole point of you actually watching this series, to give me your input, to be a guest on the panel on Thursdays. To, you know what I'm saying? To give me some words of encouragement. And I really appreciate it from you guys. So if you're sitting here like feeling stuck, I want y'all to know your age don't disqualify you. Your past don't cancel your future. You still got time to rebuild, to grow, to heal. And I'm living proof of that, So I'm going to end this. I'm going to close this part 11 out. But tell me in the comments, what are you fighting through right now? Let's lift each other up because I believe in you. I know you believe in me. I love y'all. I want the best for y'all. Always know that you can email me to ask me anything. And if you want to be a guest on this Thursday's panel, to sit there and just talk and listen to me, to just, you don't have to show yourself, just to respond to what I'm saying or what I've been saying in these series on each one of these parts. Or if you want to come tell your story. I'm just letting you know that being on a panel is not just about, oh, I got a story, let me tell you too. You could just be a person that say, I've been listening to it and watching you and for months and weeks, and I support you, and we just going back and forth. Okay. So that's what I mean by panel. But I do need to know if you do want to tell your story, or if you're just going to be a guest on the panel, just to be there to support me and just engage and give your opinion, your perspectives. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. I hope that it all makes sense to you, and look forward to presenting part 12 one day this week. You guys have a great evening. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Come on in, like, comment, and subscribe. Watch me rebuild my life one brick at a time. I'm on this journey, paving a new road from the grind. The ready rocks rebuild. It's time to shine, molding the past into